Hello blade lovers, this old sword back with you. And we've got a Kuby to take a look at today. It's been out maybe 6 months or so from this posting, but I finally got a hold of one. I was encouraged by fellow YouTube reviewers like Dirk Werning, who happened upon one in a black blade and really likes it. And he's got some high-end tastes, and this is really a sub $50 knife. So this is the Kubey KB3, excuse me, KB237 Carve. And this is the Tanto version. I believe there's a drop point version, but not 100% sure. Sort of thinking there is. Anyway, this one came from Amazon. And specs are kind of off in Amazon, so we're going to do our own review of those specifications today, measurements. It's a neat knife, fits the hand really well, very ergonomic, I find. Right off, I'm going to tell you, the only fault that I found is they've raised the liner lock release so it is above both sides of the scales. In my opinion, this scale should have been matching it or a little higher. Consequently, being a lefty, and this is in the right hand now, but being a lefty, I grip the knife at times and I got a little bit of lock rock, only because I was partially releasing the liner. As you can see, it's a drop shutty knife, and I think there's no danger of it closing, and I don't want to make a big issue of this because it's a very small point actually. So I'm going to move on from that. Action is on bearings. It's amazing. It's a very fidgety knife. I did tune it just a little bit, loosen and tighten the pivot, give it a little oil, and not that it was bad out of the box at all. So we got black G10, we got a stonewash D2 blade with a interesting fuller, nice thumb ramp, could almost qualify as a harpoon on the top, but not really. Very nicely ground Tanto, pretty even grind on both sides. I mean, for a sub $50 knife, it's great. Got a deep carry longish clip with just about the right amount of tension on it. Goes in and out of the pocket nicely. They didn't flatten the screw. There's only a single screw holding it in, but it does seem to be inset. Yeah, it's got an inset into the handle, so I'm not getting any side to side sliding of that clip at all. It won't go to the left side, unfortunately. So we got a right side only tip up carry. Let's do some measurements. So tip to tail, exactly 8 inches. Blade length, I'm going to call that like a 3.4 inch blade. We got a cutting edge of about 3.2. Yeah, pretty much in that realm. We have a blade thickness in millimeters of, is it 3.4? Okay. Usually we get even. I'm going to call it a 3.4 millimeter. So pretty good blade stock. And if we go to inches, see what we got for handle. I'm going to call it a, well, it's a 0.54 inches. And let's not leave out the weight. It's not bad. Yeah, 3.845. Goodly under 4 ounces. We have wide open construction with what appears to be a lanyard pin or just a support pin and one pillar at the very back. Very rigid, not getting any flex. And it is weight relieved with skeletonizing of the inner frame, as you can see there and there, quite a bit. So that's nice. That keeps it under 4 ounces. And the ergos, as I say, are just really good. I mean, it feels great in the hand. Got a belly there on the blade. Got a nice secondary point on the Americanized Tanto. And effective jimping, no sliding there. That's got some pretty good bite, but not overly aggressive. Got a little cutout there on the flipper tab. And you can even roll it out using the fuller. And I can almost spidey flick it out, but can't really grab enough of my finger. Pressing hard on this side, I'm able to roll it out. So, I'm just going to consider it a flipper. We're also seeing a very useful, as long as you keep your fingers sideways, blade choil. Yep, I can choke up in there very nicely. You always have to be a little careful because if they don't round forward or angle forward that point at the heel of the edge, you get stuck. So you may know that. Got a nice texture to the G10. It's smooth, but it's not slick. Pretty good traction. Let's put it up against a few of the regulars here. Griptilian. We've got Griptilian's a little bit longer, very slightly. About the same handle. And the Freak is going to be a larger blade, I believe. Yep. And why not Rat 1? And you can see that the Rat 1 is certainly a longer, larger blade. So this is, again, the KB237 Carve by Kuby knives. Very wide variety of knives from Kuby. I'm going to be doing another one fairly soon. But I think you could be well served by this in either iteration, either the black blade or this stone-washed one. So thanks for checking it out. Don't forget to give this review a like and subscribe if you haven't already. This Old Sword, signing out.